The film begins with a voice telling us about cannibals. These were those who used to eat human flesh. They believed that by eating a person, that person's intelligence and strength would be transferred to them. After this, the movie starts and we are shown a man named Charlie wearing a mask who is a cannibal and has set out to hunt a human for his meal. He was chasing a woman. The woman was very scared of him. Frightened, she goes and hides in her house, but Charlie sees her and kills her with his axe, bringing her back to his home, after which he makes a lot of meatballs from this woman's meat. He also fills his stomach and then comes to the side of the highway to sell them. He used to earn money by selling them. Just then, a car passes by on the highway and a couple gets interested in his stall. They were arguing with each other because the boy wanted to eat meatballs and the girl was a vegetarian. She didn't want the boy to eat meatballs. While serving them meatballs, Charlie tells a lot of jokes, which the boy really enjoyed. Here, we learn that Charlie wants to become a great comedian, but he never got the chance. Anyway, as the man was about to leave, Charlie suddenly swung his axe from behind and struck the man, killing him on the spot. Seeing this, the girl became very frightened. She ran up to save her life and found a car on the road. In this car was a girl named Lynn, whom she pleaded with for her life, but Lynn refused to help her. It is revealed that Lynn was actually Charlie's friend and had realized why the girl was running away like this. She is Charlie's prey. After that, Charlie arrives there, kills the girl and takes her to his home. Then, from this couple's meat, he starts preparing such meatballs again. There is a crisis, and now we see a famous singer named Crystal. She had to perform at a festival today for which she was on her way, and on the way she entered Charlie's area where Eleanor was standing, pretending her car had broken down. In reality, she was there to hunt for Charlie. Crystal gave her a lift, and as soon as Eleanor got into the car, she attacked her and knocked her unconscious. After this, Charlie arrives there, and both of them take Crystal inside their house where Charlie ties Crystal up. When she regained consciousness, she found Charlie in front of her. I asked Charlie, "What do you want from me?" Charlie replied, "Nothing at all. I want you to stay in front of me." After saying this, Charlie told Crystal a lot of jokes, and Crystal couldn't understand why he was sitting there telling her jokes. Crystal tells Charlie that she will kill him and escape, but Charlie doesn't respond to her and sits down to eat. Here, we now see Sharif Flavor, who had received the news that Crystal had disappeared from the site. He was searching for Crystal, so he also knocked on Charlie's door, but Charlie flatly denies knowing any girl named Crystal and says that he lives alone in this house. Now, so that Sharif wouldn't have any doubts, he invited Sharif inside his house and told him a lot of jokes, which made them quite friendly with each other. After a while, Charlie sits down to watch TV, where he notices a club. This club was offering everyone an open mic opportunity. Here, all comedians could perform their stand-up comedy. For Charlie, who always wanted to become a big comedian, this was a very good opportunity. He decides that he will go there, and after that, he starts listening to his songs. This song was by Crystal, and we understood that he hadn't killed Crystal yet because she was his favorite singer. Playing the songs, he starts cutting up the old corpses and begins making meatballs out of their meat. Just then, Alina comes to his house and expresses her desire to eat meatballs made from Crystal's meat, to which Charlie tells her that he hasn't killed Crystal yet. After this, when Charlie goes to meet Crystal, she gets very angry with him, and fed up with her words, Charlie tapes her mouth shut. He then turns on the TV to eat his meal, where the news was reporting about Crystal's disappearance. She was very famous, and upon hearing this news, Charlie was laughing hysterically as if it was a big joke. The next day, we are shown two men in the same desert. Both of them were probably thieves and had previously hidden something valuable there, and today they came to retrieve it. But after a lot of digging, they did not find their treasure. They saw Charlie's house in front of them and thought that the person living there must have stolen their belongings. Here we see that the item was indeed with Charlie. What that item was is not shown. But upon seeing the item, Charlie was saying that it's all legal. Meanwhile, those two men also sat down to enter Charlie's house, where they find Crystal tied up. Seeing her, the two of them started laughing, while Crystal signaled them to run away from there. But when they didn't listen to her, he comes there and attacks one of the men, killing him. Seeing this, he tries to save his life and runs away, but as he comes outside, he is also attacked and killed. After this, he checks the pockets of these men, finds a poster of the club offering stand-up comedy with the address of a place. After this, he has tea and goes to the bathroom, faces the mirror, and reassures himself his jokes are good and people will enjoy them. After this, he finally says to himself, am I giving myself false assurances? All these things are nonsense and I can't do any of this. I'm just not ready for all this right now. After this, while thinking about something, he takes his tea and goes to Crystal and asks her, can you help me with something? Crystal was also surprised. She asked, what kind of help? Jaylee said, you are an artist. You face such a large audience. Tell me how to face the audience. To which Crystal replied, it's not something to think about. You shouldn't think about the audience. You should just go there and perform. A person should take a risk in life. Crystal's words give him a lot of motivation, and finally, he also gets ready and heads out for the fan club. Sharif wishes him good luck for his first show, and he reaches the fan club. His strange clothes were stained with blood, and there was bacon on his body. He had come dressed up like a cannibal and had registered his name here as Cannibal Comedian. Before him, many people who had come with written jokes perform, and the audience enjoys them a lot. Finally, it's time for the much-anticipated act. Everyone was very impressed by his jokes, and they enjoyed them a lot. Even the comedian who performed before him was very impressed by his jokes, and this fan club was also impressed by his act. He invites him for the next week's show as well. Now, because his jokes were quite humorous, he jokingly said, bring a dead body with you. And Charlie took this seriously, and now he wants to show the scene from a week later. He had actually left for the club with a dead body. Seeing Charlie, the guy says, wow, you actually brought a dead body. I just said that as a joke, and everyone thinks this dead body is fake and just a part of his show. No one knew that it was a real body. This dead body had added a great charm to Charlie's show. It was like it had breathed life into his show. His jokes now felt lively, which the audience was enjoying even more than before. After the show, he becomes very famous as the Cannibal Comedian. After today's performance, he was extremely happy. When he came home, he immediately opened a bottle of Crystal because he was so happy. He wanted to celebrate this joy with someone, so he invited Crystal to join him for dinner. Crystal knew that at this time, he was eating humans under the guise of a party, but she had no other choice. To survive, she had to eat this. After eating, he tied her up again and started preparing for his new show. The following week, he came to the show very excited. It was complete nonsense. They were mocking every comedian and commenting on their jobs. Seeing this, Charlie got even angrier, and his anger escalated when the comedian sitting with him started crying, saying that they didn't even let her perform properly. Now when it's Charlie's turn, he continues his antics, calls his jokes not funny, and then starts mocking his cannibal nickname. He says to him, "Cannibal, eat me." Hearing this, Charlie's anger reaches its peak. Then what happened was, a little while later, in reality, that is, Charlie, killed him, and now he will eat him too. After eating him, Charlie starts preparing for his new show again. He writes a very good script, which, like before, becomes a hit the following week. After the show, Charlie was sitting when the owner of the place came over to him and saw Charlie's skin mask, which frightened him. He asked, Charlie, what is this? So Charlie lied to him, saying that it's fake, and that he made it himself. Now everyone started taking an interest in Charlie, and even Charlie began asking about him, like where he is from and where he lives. So Charlie told them that he lives on Desert Road. Hearing this, he said, "Don't take it the wrong way. By the way, I've heard that cannibals live there." Anyway, to normalize the situation, he asked Charlie where he gets these cannibal stories from. To which Charlie replied, "I don't need to make them up because I live a cannibal's life myself." Hearing this, he starts laughing and says to Charlie, "Man, you are something else." He wasn't taking Charlie's cannibal stories seriously either. He thought Charlie was still joking. Anyway, as much as people started liking Charlie, he began to feel a bit jealous because he himself was a comedian and had made his own name, but now more people were starting to like Charlie than him. The next day, we see Charlie at home where Celine comes to him and asks why he isn't doing the meatball sale these days. To which Charlie replies that he has quit that job. He used to do that job out of necessity, but now that he has become a comedian, he doesn't need that job anymore. The following week, when Charlie goes to the fun club, he finds out that all the shows are already booked and there is no seat available for him. Seeing this, he became very upset. This didn't happen to him just once, but several times. Whenever he came to perform, the seats were already booked. He was so troubled by this that when Sharif came to his house to eat meatballs, he shared his concern. Sharif said, "No worries, you'll get shows because my shows are successful due to your jokes, which are very good. I laugh every time." Anyway, he comes the next day and finally asks the owner why he isn't giving him a show. The owner tells him the truth that his cannibal jokes are very outdated and people don't like them anymore, which is why his spot always goes to someone else. Hearing this, he got very angry, and all his anger was directed at Crystal. He says, "I shouldn't have listened to you. Listening to you, I went there. And look what happened. People have stopped liking me." He was so disheartened that he tells Crystal, "I am worthless. I should die." But Crystal once again encourages him here. "No, you are actually quite good." And this was true. We found out that the owner was actually preparing to perform a big show by copying Charlie's jokes. His friend advises him not to do this, but Kari silences him by saying, "You are my assistant, and here, things will go the way I say." He adopts the appearance of Charlie. He tries to perform Charlie's jokes. We see that in today's show, Sharif was present, and upon seeing that boy, he realizes that he has adopted Charlie's appearance and is telling the same jokes that Charlie had already told him before. He quickly called Charlie to inform him about this. Hearing this, Charlie's anger knows no bounds. The boy then starts recording an ad for his big show. It turns out that he was planning his grand show not anywhere else but on the road, famously known as Cannibal Road, near Charlie's house. Now Charlie went mad with the fire of revenge, and we have already seen how he takes his revenge. At night, as soon as the boy steps out to go home, Charlie follows him suddenly, attacks him, injures his legs, and drags him back to his house. Seeing Charlie's house, the man is shocked and disturbed because there were dead bodies kept there. He said to Charlie, "I never took your words seriously, but you really turned out to be a cannibal." He then starts begging Charlie for his life and says, "I am even ready to give you my fan club." But that wasn't Charlie's point at all. Charlie asked him, "What do you actually want from me? Why didn't you let me perform?" So he explained, "I was a very famous comedian, but after you came along, people stopped watching my shows. That's why I decided to steal your idea and copy your cannibal jokes so I could get good coverage and improve my reputation. Not many people know you, so no one would even accuse me of copying." Charlie was sitting there worried when we were shown that Crystal had freed herself and, seizing the opportunity, attacked Charles and escaped from there. Before leaving from there, she had recorded many things on a tape, which Charlie listened to a little later. "I will kill you and escape. See? I have escaped." We see that Crystal had come to the same place where Charlie used to perform jokes, and now she had started performing jokes. It was also possible that Crystal was a cannibal too. Ellen and Bai had come here to watch this show, and at Charlie's house we see that the sheriff had been bribed, which is why the boy pleads for his life. But the sheriff does not help him, meaning he also sides with Charlie. But Charlie kills that man, and the story ends here. While mentioning this, the next sequel of this movie will also be released soon.